Hello, this is Michael Rowley, creator of Photuki, and today we're going to learn how to use Photuki, basics for creating an origami cube template. So I've already downloaded the program and installed it to my desktop, and the installer created a shortcut called Photuki 2. So we'll launch that. When the program first opens, it's going to ask you to provide it with an image file, and an image can be a bitmap, a photo, or some sort of graphics like that, or a JPEG that you got off a website. So I'm going to open up sample.bitmap. So Photuki is organized by multiple tabs here. So there are 6 tabs that correspond to the different faces of the cube: the top, right, front, rear, left, right. So there's the Global Options tab is the first one, and the Global Options tab controls how the template looks and the settings for the individual photos that it imports. So I will start here in the quality section. The quality section controls the size and scaling of the individual photos that you apply to it. So by selecting a lower number, you're scaling your image smaller. You're saying use fewer number of pixels. The larger you go, the larger output you get. Now quality really should be it's a matter of matching up what you're pulling in, the file that you're pulling in, because if you go larger, then it can look blockier if you started with a small photo. So keep that in mind there. That's really you have to find the best fit. Okay, the next section at the very top here, image load logic. This controls whether you have one image in memory or if you have 6 separate images in memory. Even if it's starting from the same file, you will still use up 6 times the memory if you uncheck this. What that allows you to do then is that each tab is then independently controlled, and so you can now use the flip vertical, flip horizontal, colorize for that face, or Photuki colorize for that face. And Photuki colorize is a scheme in which each face has a different color applied to it. So we'll show you that a little bit later. So if I wanted to, I can now add a different picture to here. So instead of sample.bitmap, I will load my test pattern here on the rear side. So again, global options. And so background colors, octagon, guideline. These are the colors of the template objects, what this is. So the background is the square. The octagon goes on top of the background, and the octagon contains the space that the pictures occupy. On top of the octagon, we draw guidelines, and the guidelines help you to find the points to fold. So let's go ahead and click on Preview Save here to see what we have. And Preview will ask us to save it as this file. So here we go. Now we see the picture looks a little strange here because we're scaling it to fit the screen. So keep in mind that the quality setting is on the individual face. So when we go back to the individual face here, we'll see, this is what it will actually look like, not what it looked like in a preview. So previews just get you the overall idea. Okay, so now that I've previewed and I've decided to go with my options there, I'm going to go ahead and say print. And so print will ask me to choose a printer. I'm going to go ahead and say the XPS document writer. So the document writer is saving it to a file instead of saving it to a physical piece of paper. So it's now printing, and it's now done printing. So the XPS document writer will open up the image in a web browser. Okay, so here we can see our the top section there is the top, and the top is also at the bottom. So when these fold up, those two parts will meet and mesh together well. And we have the front, center, rear. So here's our rear section, and left and right. And we see that left and right are also repeated here, and these are split, and there's a mask over here. So this is a section that will not show. Once you print it out and fold it up, the section will be hidden, so there's no use wasting ink on that section. And here are our guidelines that I told you about, and those will help you to find the points to fold the template. And as you see, all the photos are drawn on the octagon. So the octagon defines really the parts you cut out. You cut out these gray areas here. That's the background. You cut that out. You've got an octagon, you fold it up, and you inflate it. So that's the basics of operating the Photuki software.